Happy Pride Month. Let's kick off Pride Month with some queer Indigenous history reading recommendations. There's this book by Pete Segal, The Flower and the Scorpion, Sexuality and Ritual in Early Nawa Culture. What's really cool about this book that's relevant for queer scholars is there's some chapters that talk about the concept of gender ambiguity in our culture and representation. Also has some sections that talk about homosexuality as well. Here's another one. This one's on the Maya by Pete Segal that I just started this week. It's called From Moon Goddesses to Virgins, The Colonization of Yucatec Maya Sexual Desire. I know a review of this book before. Check out some of my older videos. It's Infamous Desire, Male Homosexuality in Colonial Latin America. There is a chapter in James Krippner Martinez's book, Rereading the Conquest. There's a chapter that talks about the execution of the Gasonsi, and he goes into kind of these accusations of homosexual sodomy. I'm going to be doing a video of this also very soon. I've mentioned this book previously, Sexuality and the Unnatural in Colonial Latin America, edited by Zev Todorici. Then there's also Federico Garza Carvajal's book, Butterflies Will Burn, Prosecuting Sodomites in Early Modern Spain and Mexico. This book also, it's a collection of essays, Gender and Sexuality in Indigenous North America, from 1400 to 1850. This one's a classic reading by Walter Williams, The Spirit and the Flesh, Sexual Diversity in American Indian Culture. Next are some books I haven't read but seem very worth reading. Here we have Ethnopornography, Sexuality, Colonialism, and Archival Knowledge. This book doesn't just cover Latin America, it covers other parts of the colonized world as well. This one's by the homie, Zev Todorici, Sins Against Nature, Sex and Archives in Colonial New Spain. This one is also on my to-read list, Queer Natives in Latin America, Forbidden Chapters in Colonial History. Next we have here is Decolonizing the Sodomite, Queer Types of Sexuality in Colonial Andean Culture by Michael J. Horswell.
So just a disclaimer, I'm giving these book recommendations as a historian, so I don't have any recommendations from other disciplines like in English or literature or what have you. So if y'all have any other recommendations, feel free to drop them below in the comments. And again, my specialty is I do pre-Hispanic and early colonial history, so a lot of the books that I recommend, they don't go into like history from like anything like from like the 18th century to the present, so those aren't the kind of recommendations I'm gonna give here. So again, if you have other recommendations that are outside of my scope, feel free to drop them below.